Hello, my Capricorn friends. This is Kristen Redman, Astrological Intuitive, and today we are going to be discussing what 2021 has in store for you. And just to start it off here, these are horoscopes just for the sun sign of Capricorn. Very general overall for all Capricorns. If you want to dig deeper in to understanding your birth chart, which I call the roadmap of your life, and how these planetary energies are directly impacting you in your specific chart, there's a link below and you can reach out to me for a reading. And I do them by FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, phone, and eventually in person again here once the world kind of clears up. But in general, let's get right to it for you Capricorn and see what 2021 has in store. So, one of the major things I think we'll start out, because this is like going to be the foundation for everybody, but it's especially going to be making an impact for you. And these are the Saturn-Uranus squares that are going to be happening, write these dates down, February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. Okay, these are events that happen every 21 years. The next one we have 22 years. The next one we have of these are not going to be happening until 2043. So this is the major event astrologically, but because it has to do with Saturn, this is one of your ruling planets. This is your ruling planet. So this is going to create some interesting tension for you this year. And so what these squares represent is outdated structures that are no longer working, old ways that no longer work, and something has to be replaced in order to remove the outdated structures that are around us. The last time this happened was 1999-2000, when the internet really took off and we started to see a decline in brick and mortar stores. You could see where the internet replaced the old and outdated ways of business working. Now you can fast forward into 2021 and see what happened in 2020 in terms of outdated structures for government and in general a lot that has to shift and change for the new era to come in. Now, when Saturn and Uranus square off with one another, like it's going to do quite a bit, it's a matter of boundaries and the restrictions that we're under versus the sudden unexpected changes and the freedom that we want to have as a result. There's a dichotomy between the two, right? But that's going to be especially true for you, my Capricorn friends. I feel like this year you're going to face a lot of restrictions that pop up, and you're going to have to reevaluate what your boundaries are, and you're going to have to stand by them a lot. You're going to have to stand by them a lot because the real you wants to emerge, and there's going to be events that pop up where you're going to have to stand by these new boundaries and these new systems that you are creating and putting in place. I think the number one thing is to stay open-minded, to stay flexible, to be patient, and most of all, to be accepting of whatever this year may throw at you, okay? Because I know that it's going to put a little bit more restriction on you, but at the same time dangle a carrot of freedom in front of you too. I don't know how, because this is Uranus, so I don't know what to expect with Uranus. Uranus is the planet that does the most unpredictable things, all right? So I don't know what it's going to bring, my friend, but I think the number one thing through all of it is to know that you're building a new foundation moving forward that's going to move for the remainder of this lifetime, and to just be accepting and patient as it happens, all right? The carrot that'll be dangled in front of it is the ultimate goal, and I know that you'll be able to achieve that by the end of 2021, but it's a matter of being patient in the interim time, okay? Where these areas are going to be making the biggest impact, where Saturn is making the biggest impact, and where this will be squaring off, is in your house of finances. All right. Jupiter is also going to be going through there at the same time. But let's focus on the Saturn aspect of it. Okay. House of finances, you have the planet of restriction. This is going to be a time when you're massively re-examining your spending habits, how you spend your money, how you make your money, the type of career you have, how it's actually benefiting your financial situation or where it's working against you. That is going to be one of the forefront issues of 2021. All right. Uranus is going to be squaring up against that in those 3 dates that I said. It would not surprise me if your career, because that's what you're here for this lifetime, is life purpose career, if it isn't subject to some random shifts, changes abruptly, okay, that make you reassess what it is you're doing and what it is you want to do moving forward. Where there may be unexpected changes in the career, we have Jupiter right behind it. Okay, this is a 30-year cycle that's going through and shifting your money house, trying to stabilize it in new ways that are more fitting for where you are now. But you also have a 12-year cycle of Jupiter going through at the same time in that house of money, bringing lucky opportunities. So where Uranus and Saturn may be doing some weird stuff, making it so your career changes. Maybe the job is, laid off or what have you. Jupiter is going to be right behind it to bring some random, unexpected, lucky opportunity as well. So all the hard work you've put in over the past 30 years is going to pay off. Jupiter is going to bring blind luck, and it's in tandem with that to let some new people and opportunities pop in. All of this to help you see what the true life purpose and what it is that you're here to do is going to be popping up. Mercury retrogrades are also going to be happening in those career and work sectors and home sectors for you. Definitely doing this reassessment of what it is you do to make your money. I would not necessarily act in the Mercury retrograde between September 26th and October 18th. I think that's going to be the most pivotal of all the time frames for something to happen. I think this is going to be a better time for you, best served, to sit and think and recalibrate with all of the information that has been brought to you from 2020 into this year. Sit with it. Think on it, especially if it's something where you're literally leaving a job of 20 years, 30 years. This is the time for the massive reassessment. I would act when the Mercury retrograde ends and when Mars goes through that 10th house of yours, because it hasn't been there for 2 years. So when Mars comes through, that's blasting out. Think of Mars and its hot energy. It's the warrior. It's blasting out all the energy that doesn't work anymore, and it wants to bring something new in. That is going to be happening. I would do that in that September 18th. Maybe wait even a couple of days after that, because even though Mercury retrograde ends, it kind of has a couple of days where it takes a minute to get moving again. So I would say October 20th to October 31st and after is going to be the best time for you to actually act on whatever ideas come to you in terms of career and shifting of that career. No matter what, know that Jupiter is going to be there bringing lucky opportunities, and those opportunities only are going to appear if you have faith in the darkness, which is going to be very hard, Capricorn, okay, because you like a plan. You like to have a plan, and you like to have things figured out, but there is going to be more luck and opportunity that comes to you when you go off of blind faith. It is what it is, man. I'm just telling you how I see it. Let's move on and just know that leaving that, the old ways don't work, and you know that because you've been pushing them to work for the past year and they just don't work, right? Follow that intuition, follow that faith, know that God is working with you, all right? Now let's move on to something different besides money and career and work and that and the reassessment and looking at old ideals and beliefs that are shifting and changing. That's huge. That's big. It's been going on. You know it. You're in it. You got it. Okay. The universe is going to show you some very blatant signs in that time frame that I said, February 17th, June 14th, December 24th. Let's look at something different, okay? Let's look at relationships. Let's look at love, all right? Mars is moving. Mars is the engine that makes things happen in the universe. Mars stagnated and it went retrograde last year and it kind of stalled out. So the engine that made everything go didn't go for quite some time. Well, now it's moving and it's ready to start moving in areas of your chart where it has not been for 2 years, one of which is your house of marriage, relationship, partnerships. As it moves through there, that's going to be April 23rd through June 11th. Very pivotal time frame because we are also going to be going through the first eclipse of the year, which brings new beginnings, is also going to be happening smack dab in between the middle of that. So really some major new energy is going to be coming through for relationships. Also giving you the courage to initiate things in these relationships. So whether it's you putting yourself out there, getting yourself in the dating world, pursuing people that you maybe before thought, oh, there's no way I could do that. All of a sudden now, because of everything you have been through in the past year and the tests that you have been put under, you're not necessarily worried about having that courage anymore because it's there and you're like, you know what? I deserve this and I am worth it. That's the key. Understanding that you are worth better. You are worth better in relationships. And Mars is going to come through, not only giving you that confidence, but it's blasting out all that stagnated old energy that's been accumulating in your relationship house since 2019. Okay, not only 2019, but the beginning part of 2019, blasting it away. Go Mars, go, right? So new things can come through, but it's also giving you the courage to initiate new things in existing relationships and stand up where you need to and say, look, I said this needed to change in 2019. Nothing's happened. Bam. It's going to be happening. You have that energy there. Now with those eclipses, okay, eclipses bring amazing new beginnings. That's what we look to as astrologers in your chart to go, okay, what houses are being impacted by these eclipses because they bring abrupt change endings that lead to new beginnings. For you, this is going to be happening in the 6th house and the 12th house axis. 6th house is work, again, daily, day-to-day work, okay? Where the other stuff we talked about earlier was life, purpose, career. This is legit. The job that you do day-to-day is also subject to new changes as well. That's why I say look on the career front because some stuff is definitely brewing in the skies for that, for Capricorn this year. But on the opposite side of it, it's about time out, it's about spirituality, and it's about rest and your karmic energies from past lives, okay? You are recognizing and realizing repeat buttons that you have in your life, cycles that you keep repeating again and again and expect different results. You're getting it now and you're seeing it now. And these Mercury retrogrades are going to make it known to you this year as well too, where these repeat buttons continually occur. These eclipses that happen, okay, May 26th and again on December 4th. We also have another one June 10th too that is also important for you. But those two in particular, May 26th and then December 4th, those are the ones that you may find that you want to just be away from the world and focus on yourself and what it is that you want to do. That's okay. These eclipses want you, because the more that you can go within, the more that you can connect to what your spirit is telling you you want, the more clarity you will get on the direction that you need moving forward in the job, in the relationship, in the relationship with your children, or whatever it is that you're working on. There's a lot of clarity that comes through it, especially if these are karmic relationships that you have, okay? Because the 12th house deals with karma. Rest, relax, recharge. I think that's definitely a theme of it for you this year, because there is so much transformation that is going to be happening regardless. All right. And there's no way to stop it. Okay. And the more that you can rest and trust, the better off you'll be, right? The acceptance part. So now, like I said, if you want to see how this is affecting you, best thing would be to do a reading specifically for your chart. But right now I'm going to look at specific Capricorn birthdays and what planetary influences are going to be working with you this year. If your birthday falls between December 29th and January 6th, Uranus is going to be making a very good connection to your sun. You are very focused on freedom and liberation from the past, from karmic ties, from karmic relationships, from karmic cords, but also just from things that have held you back this lifetime. You're going to be feeling a major push to express yourself and be the true, authentic you. Choices that you make, Capricorn, may shock people, and they may shock you most of all, the things that you do this year. But that's okay, because they are right for you. All right? If your birthday falls between January 10th and January 14th, just a 4-day window right there, Neptune is going to be working with your sun. You are certainly one that this year, the more that you surrender to the energies and release any need for control in those, and just say, I'm following the divine guidance and what my spirit is telling me, you are going to have massive changes that happen as a result, okay? If it's difficult for you to connect with your spiritual self, connect with your creativity, because they go hand in hand. So whether that's cooking, whether that's painting, whether that's working on a car, I don't know, whatever gets your creative juices flowing, where you're taking something from nothing and making something out of it, there is magic that happens in that, because it connects you with the energy of God, which brings answers and clarity, okay? Definitely a year of more spiritual and mystical exploration for you. If your birthday falls between January 15th and January 17th, yet again, just a couple days here, Pluto is joining with your sun. This is a very pivotal, once-in-a-lifetime year for you, where you are being called on really falling into that category of introspection time frames at those eclipses. This is a year of purging and purification. Something has to be released for you this year in order for something new to come through. And that which comes through is more alignment in what your soul's true path is. Okay? My Capricorn friends, I know your reading certainly has a very somber and interesting tone to it. But I think it's because you are the leaders in this new structure that's being created, and a lot is happening and being called on you as a result this year in this process. People look to you for how you act and respond to how they will react and respond in this new world that is being developed, okay? Know that God is working with you extra special in this process. Take the time out when you need to with these eclipses. Focus on your soul. Focus on yourself, and know that you are being guided and given the opportunities at the right time. All right. I wish you a wonderful, prosperous, and abundant new year. Thank you for watching.